"Get out of my house, old woman!" Those were the last words Grace Thompson ever expected to hear from the boy she once saved from the streets. Her adopted son? The child she raised as her own. The same boy who once called her mom, with love in his voice, now stood over her, with hate burning in his eyes. And what broke her heart most wasn't that he kicked her out. No, it was how easily he threw her away, never knowing she was hiding something. That would change everything. $9.5 million. Grace stood outside in the cold, holding a single suitcase. Her eyes glistened, but she refused to cry. The home behind her, the one she had built with her late husband, now belonged to her adopted son, Ethan, and today he made sure she remembered that. "You're not my real mother," he spat earlier. "This house is legally mine now. So pack your things and leave. I want to live my life without your pathetic face around." Grace had said nothing. She had raised Ethan since he was 8 years old, abandoned, hungry, bruised by life. She gave him everything: a home, food, clothes, love. But somewhere along the way, greed poisoned his heart. And the reason for today's betrayal? A woman, a gold-digging fiancée named Melissa. She had convinced Ethan to sell the house and start fresh, without Grace. "Of course. She's dead weight," Melissa told him. "Why should we feed some old woman who's not even your real blood? Send her to a nursing home or something." Instead, Ethan chose cruelty. He kicked her out. Grace walked to the street, her thin coat trembling against the wind. The neighbors watched, but no one helped. They just stared. A car pulled up beside her, an old pickup. Inside sat Mr. Harper, a retired carpenter from down the street. "Heading somewhere?" he asked gently. Grace smiled faintly. "I'll figure it out." "Get in," he said. "You're not sleeping on the streets tonight." Grace spent the next week sleeping in the spare room of Mr. Harper's modest home. He and his wife treated her kindly. Grace didn't explain her story. She just said she needed time. Every night she sat quietly by the window, staring at the stars, holding her late husband's ring in her palm. "Arthur," she whispered. "I kept my promise. I took care of him as our own, but I don't know if I can save him anymore." Meanwhile, at Grace's old house, Ethan and Melissa were planning their future. "Once we sell this dump, we'll finally have cash for a real lifestyle," Melissa said smugly. The agent listed it for $1.3 million. The offers came pouring in. But there was just one problem. The house wouldn't sell. Every buyer pulled out last minute. Every inspection failed, even though the house was perfect. Paperwork started getting delayed. Bank approvals mysteriously froze. Ethan became furious. "What's going on? Why are buyers backing out?" Melissa shrugged. "I don't know. Something's wrong." Yes, something was wrong. Very wrong. Because Ethan forgot one very important thing. Grace was never weak. She was quiet. And quiet people, they're dangerous because they see everything. If you're still watching, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and turn on post notifications because we drop powerful stories like this every day. 2 weeks passed before Ethan finally received a letter in the mail. No name, no signature. Just 6 words. "We need to talk, Mom." His heart dropped. He went to meet her. They met at a small public park under a gray sky. Grace sat on a bench feeding birds like nothing had ever happened. "You look tired," she said softly. "What are you doing?" Ethan snapped. "Did you block the sale of the house?" "I know you did." Grace looked straight ahead. "I didn't block anything. I own everything." Ethan frowned. "You're broke." "You have nothing!" Grace looked at him and finally revealed the truth. "Your father didn't die poor," she said. "He sold his software company before he passed. He wanted you to grow up right, so we kept our wealth hidden. He left us $9.5 million. Ethan froze. "But you never worked," he said, confused. "I worked," she replied. "I just didn't chase money. I invested in people. I invested in you." He swallowed hard. "And the house?" he muttered. "It was never transferred to you," she said. "I put it in a protected trust weeks ago." "You tried to throw me out of my own home, Ethan." His face turned pale. "Where's the money now?" he whispered. Grace stood up slowly. "Definitely not with someone who throws away their own mother." He grabbed her arm desperately. "Mom, please, I'm sorry. Melissa made me do it." I was confused. Please forgive me, I love you. Grace looked at him with tears in her eyes. I loved you too. But love without loyalty is nothing, and loyalty without respect is slavery. She gently removed his hand. I hope life teaches you what I couldn't. She walked away. He didn't follow. 2 months later, Grace had a new life. She bought a quiet home by the coast. She built scholarships for foster children. She funded shelters. She created hope for kids who had none, just like Ethan once did. And one evening, while watching the sunset, she received a letter in the mail. It was from Ethan. She opened it. I lost everything. Melissa stole what little I had and disappeared. I now know who truly loved me. You. I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I am still your son. Please give me a chance to earn back your trust. Grace closed the letter and looked out at the sea. She wiped a tear. Maybe she'd write him back. Maybe she wouldn't. But one thing was certain. Grace didn't lose anything that day. Ethan did.